I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Julpy and Ghosty.
A flood of light, Rolo Tomassi.
For Blastroid.
Is that his name? Blastroid?
Yep.
Time
Blastroid.
will die and love will bury it. Very interesting album title. Okay, so for timely topical political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori. There are multiple ways to get your song reviewed, dear listener. One is the conventional way, comment section, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And my favorite way is $1 to get Patreon. Gets you into the Patreon Alliance. An Alliance leader will contact you. They will then drag you down into the
rabbit hole
that is
our villagers on Discord.
Yeah. So the Village is a Facebook, just for clarity, Village is just our Facebook page, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. Anybody can join that for any reason.
Right.
You don't have to be a whatever.
If you want to be a part of the clan.
If you want to be in the clan, then you do Patreon, and then you get sucked into one of the many Discord
Not
servers.
the KKK.
They're underground.
Type of clan.
It starts with a K though, so it doesn't matter. It's that's like the underground of the Village. So the Village is a pretty dynamic.
Right, so have no fear, you can always be a villager. Everybody can be villagers.
Everybody can be a villager.
Villagers all around.
But we have people that are not fans of Facebook, but that are in Discord. So if you're not a Facebook person, there you are. Okay, so this person, however, did not take Blastroid. My bad. This Blastroid did not take the conventional approach at the $1. He's got the $75 partner tier, which gets your song bumped straight to the head of the line, which some people like that option. That would be Sori's option.
My go-to.
That would be her go-to for sure. So anyway, this is Rolo Tomassi. Oh, that's ending, by the way, on 29 February.
Unfortunately.
And then it goes to 125. Okay, so this is a flood of light, Rolo Tomassi. Let's do it.
Okay, ready? And
go.
I like this.
Rolo Tomassi are a British band from Sheffield, England.
Blastroid.
His name is taken from a dialogue in the film LA Confidential. Wow. The band is known for their strong DIY ethic, chaotic style, and performances. All right. So what was going on with you?
Well, I mean, it's a relationship song for me, but it's also a me and God song.
100%.
Yeah. What? What was it for you?
The song initially started out as, yeah, yeah. My sorry.
Yeah.
Very good. I love you very much.
I love you.
You're very important to me. And then I left you behind.
Yep, that's what happened.
Because, man.
Yep.
I love to argue, and I love, the intellectual side of the faith and Chesterton, but there's just nothing like it, man. Like that whole
this part. After all this time, when I'm my most lost, an anchor eternally grounding me to navigate a darkness until a light so blinding burns through the fog. It's never in doubt.
SubhanAllah. Yeah, that right there.
Whoo, that part. That was.
I don't think these guys are a Christian band or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter to me either way. But man, that just.
You know what it was that got me when I am my most lost?
Yep.
It wasn't just when I am lost. It's when I am my most lost.
Yeah. I've had so many epics and seasons in my life where I remember telling my brother, "There's no God," blah blah blah, and he was right there the whole time. Like he never left, man.
Did you really believe there was no God?
No, I didn't believe that.
Oh, I was like, I never thought that there was no God.
No, I never believed.
I've been mad at God.
I was very angry, and I was trying to find my own lane and my own, because if you're a thinking person, you start saying to yourself, well, why do I believe that? I just believe this because everybody else believes it. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go like this way. But it's something where it's so hard to explain. It's impossible to explain. I was watching something yesterday with you, and I'd had a little moment for 10 minutes where you just go off someplace and it's having a conversation. And it's like when we were hanging out with Ed, and there was a room full of people, and then we started talking about what it's like.
Yeah.
And then he goes back and he goes, you guys think we're all crazy.
Yeah. You guys probably think about all this. Probably think we're crazy.
Yeah, I think we're crazy. But it's, on the one hand, it's yeah, man, I would love for everybody to believe and have those experiences and all that. And, but at the same time, honestly, if the entire planet, if 8 billion people, if my whole family, you, the kids, if Orion started talking and saying, Dad, there's no... If everybody went... It literally would not change a thing.
Oh, yeah.
It just...
Yeah.
Because you're talking... It's a person. It's I don't have a set of, ideas or syllogisms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's weird because somebody could more easily convince me that you don't exist.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is crazy.
100% true. 100,000% true. Yeah, because, well, the thing is that he's been with me since my entire conscious being.
Me too.
And you haven't.
Yeah. Right.
I don't know where you came from.
Yeah.
You're Johnny Come Lately 10 years ago. Honestly, and not every Christian has had that experience either.
No.
But alhamdulillah, he's I had that, you had that, and I think that's one of the underground stream of connection that you and I have too. Is that type of, because I've never met anybody that was like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's millions and billions of them, but man.
And both of us have miracle stories from when we were little.
Yeah. Yep. But the open arms thing and just Piper had this thing called 10,000 Reasons Jesus Came to Die or something or 50 Reasons Jesus Came to Die.
Yeah.
And Ian was the one that asked the question, like, why do you have to die on the cross? Why do it have to be so brutal? But one of the really practical, amazing, sort of providential plans of God is that Jesus died with his arms open. Mm-hmm. And that has always been just a powerful picture of if you have any doubt of God's acceptance. As like we were watching that show yesterday, and a couple of people were talking about being accepted and being loved and things of that nature. And it's like he screams from the cross, like here it is.
Yeah.
And man.
Yeah.
But yeah, the eternally grounding me type of thing. Like I've had so many crazy things happen in my life, and
he says, after all this time, when the rain comes down and anchor eternally grounding me to navigate, what's left behind, what lies ahead, I can take the worst. It can take the worst to find out. But just like when he was talking about, well, I'm not sure which one of them did that vocal part, but like, just the idea that even after all this time, like he's still the anchor that grounds me. Doesn't matter how much rain comes or whatever. Like at the end of the day, he's my anchor.
Yeah, and I think what is it that at the end of the Sermon on the Mount, when he talks about when the storm comes, if you don't build your life on him, you're building it on sinking sand, and then the storm comes and just you're in complete and total ruin.
You see it all the time.
But he says when the storm comes, and it's interesting because it says when. There's no question that it's going to come.
Yeah, you are going to face storm.
It's going to happen. People, freaking coronavirus, whatever. Yeah. Like, it is going to happen as a fact of living and existing in a fallen world. And you see when people build their entire foundation on sand. And, that's all. That's kind of always, that was one of the jobs that he gave me as far as me and you go. Because he's like, look, man, she's going to try to build everything on you, and you gotta work to push that away so that she has no other option other than me, because I'm the rock, not you.
Right.
And that's important, man. Like and you've come very, very far a long way with it. And I just think living with me, you can figure out in about 18 seconds, like, this guy can't build my life on this guy. Like, I love you to death, but can you imagine living with the big homie? So like, I don't know if she's talking about her boyfriend or her dad or whatever, and like, I want to respect her as an artist, and I like I said, I don't think these guys are Christians, so like, I'm not saying that this is what they're trying to do. It's just, for me,
I mean, that's what art is. Art is understanding it from your own perspective and seeing it for how you view it. I think it's important to know what the artist is saying and understand the artist. But at the same time, the reason that we love music or love art so much is because we can relate to it on a certain level.
Yeah, and she even talked about not only falling, but failing.
I know. When I fail.
Yeah. And of course, like, that was always like such a massively amazing moment to me when Jesus says, Simon, Simon, Satan has asked to sift you like wheat, but I prayed for you, Simon, that your faith may not fail.
Yeah, yeah.
And the reason that hit me, because the Lord was like, I didn't say that you not fail, Simon, because Jesus could have prayed that.
Right.
Don't let Simon fail. But that wasn't the prayer.
Right.
The prayer was, don't let his faith fail, meaning his faith in me fail. And that was so significant to me, because it was like, man, you're going to fail so many times, but as long as your faith in Christ doesn't fail, you're always going to get up, and then he says, when you return, strengthen your brothers, and like, man, they're just, There's nothing like it, man. It's hard. Like, and I don't want to say like, oh, I feel bad for everybody who hasn't experienced it. Like, I don't want to say, like, I don't want to come off as like paternalistic or whatever. It's just kind of like,
well,
you know, when people, you know, I don't know. Go ahead, say what you're gonna say.
I used to kind of feel like that about it, but now it's like, if I try a product at the store and it literally lives up to what it's supposed to,
right?
I just want everybody else to also buy this product because it's amazing. Yeah, right. And so, you know, like I'm always on a search for like, I want a lip stain that's actually literally a lip stain that doesn't like bead up and get all weird, and it's impossible to find. But if I did find one, you bet yourself I would be announcing it on this channel. It was so amazing.
Right.
And so I kind of feel like that with like, with God. Like, all my life, I was a Christian since I was, I don't know, I came out of the womb a Christian, basically. I loved God, I knew God from such a young age, but then, like, I don't know, I didn't experience a lot of difficulties, and so, you know, but once the testing came and the different things, like, I found myself reaching for different things to kind of, like, calm my nerves and help me to kind of, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, survive the stressors or survive my circumstances, but all of those things, none of them, they're all just sinking sand. Like, literally the only thing that I have is Jesus. That's the only thing that really, really, really has gotten me through, and it's been consistent. You know, it's a consistent thing all my life. It doesn't mean that, I used to think that, you know, once you become a Christian, like, God's gonna give you peace, God's gonna make everything okay, everything's gonna be perfect, and that's completely untrue. Like, life is life. You just have, you know, like this says, you have a place where you can go. You have that embrace that is there for you. It's just, I don't know. But if it's good, you want everybody to know about it. Right. It's not.
Right.
And the other thing too is like that parable about the building your life on either sand. But then when the storms come, like, it's sinking sand. Like, literally, if you built your foundation of your house on sand and then a big giant storm came, you guys would all drown. Like, your house would just go under the, you know, into the water and stuff. And that's what it is. Like, you know, you've built yourself on sinking sand when, like, event comes and, like, you're literally drowning in the event. And the thing that you were using to help you get through the day is, like, the thing that makes it feel like is drowning you. Like,
yeah, it's true. Like, yeah, and you know, just the you know, Hesed is such a theme in Scripture. Hesed is God's loyal love. It's His
never failing
commitment to stick by,
faithful love.
By His people.
Steadfast love. That's what it is.
Yeah. Like, it's just steady, man. It's
yeah.
And sometimes it's very gentle and sometimes it's very stalkerish. I remember being in clubs, man, like nightclubs, and seeing a bunch of crazy shit right in front of me, and ecstasy's over here and this and that, and friends over here and da-da-da-da-da, and stuff's happening right in front of you, and you're like, whoa, you're 16 years old, and you're like, whoa, this is great. And I just remember, you don't belong here. Like, plain as day. Not like, and people ask me, like, is it audible? It's like, no, it's not audible, but it's louder than if it was audible. But it's one of those things where it's just so weird.
How to explain it?
I know, and so it's kind of like this possessive, you don't belong here type of thing.
Yeah.
But it's a possessive thing where it's like, it's appropriate.
Yeah, it's
the reason it's bad that other human beings are possessive is because they didn't create you and then die for you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's not like the creepy boyfriend or girlfriend that's like so jealous that you don't belong over there because they're like, it's not like that. It's more like the dad who can see where that situation is leading to, and he's like, you don't belong there, son, you know, like.
I hear ya, but you know, it's like it's so hard to explain because it's a completely separate category of relationship.
Yep.
So like, you know, he you know, the church is married to Christ, and so there is a sense in which it's you know, hey, we're in a relationship here and you don't belong here thing too, but it's kind of like, You know, when a crazy person says, I just love you so much, it's really, really about them. Mm-hmm. You know, but when you've got somebody who went to those lengths to prove to you.
Yeah.
That gave, literally, it says every drop of blood, and it says he poured out his soul unto death, Isaiah 53. I remember, there'd be times that, trying to memorize Isaiah 53, and and I was working in the distribution, I just start crying, man. Mm-hmm. Like, all we like sheep have gone astray, we've turned everyone to his own way, and the Lord has laid on him the iniquity of us all. Mm-hmm. Just like, wow. So, so it's just, but the category of relationship is so impossible to describe. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then when you get to Trinitarian stuff and relating to the Trinity and the different persons, and it's the energy's different, it's so strange, it's so hard to explain, and there is a very sort of didactic sort of presentation of my Christianity that I present to people and things of that nature, and some of that has to do with the context we're in, right? Like but man, there's this whole other side that I very rarely talk, even among Christian people, like that I very rarely talk about because they're so like I don't know, lots of words. Anyway, I love the song.
Yeah, but if from person to person, like an intense love relationship between two people, you don't share all the details of that with other people because it's just, some of it's just too sacred. And so if you are a mortal man that is sharing a relationship with a god, like even more, there's going to be those sacred moments that are just meant for you and them alone. But anyway, this is a 10 for me, obviously. I'm like blown away. Love the song. Definitely going to hear it again. Definitely going to listen to it again. Blasteroid, thank you so much for introducing us to these amazing artists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I genuinely.
Yeah, you gave to us something very special. What are you giving it?
Yeah, it's a 10. 100.
Oh no, it's an 11 for me. It's going up to an 11 because it took me next level.
Oh,
it's like a spiritual experience and stuff. So that's an 11.
It definitely.
Yeah.
It definitely was. So it's an 11. And
yep.
I love Jesus and
I do too.
I love you all, but not like I love Jesus. I love him, man. I just. Anyway, all right. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.